Hey guys, this is Stuart from Stuart Scale Models, and this is my monthly update for the month of September 2016. And as you can see, my Tiger is complete, and yes, I've managed to find my turntable. So I thought, well, to start off the video, I'd show you with the turntable, so you can have a full look at her in all her glory. Again, very happy with the end result, and judging by the feedback from you guys, you're all very happy with it as well, so thank you very much. Stunning looking kit. It's Dragon 6700 mid-production Tiger with Zimmerit on the actual sides, as opposed to having to do it yourself. The build itself went along very well. Having learned lessons from the previous Cyber Hobby Tiger, it was a lot easier to do in comparison. I'm particularly happy with the exhaust shrouds, the way I weathered those with the pastels, and also AK's rust effects. And the figures supplied to it were from Tamiya's Tank at Rest set. They came up superb, as you can see here. In fact, if I zoom in, I'll be able to see a bit better. Actually, if I don't pull the camera out. Basically, I used Vallejo's German field grey set for the details of the uniform, and a mixture of Tamiya paints as well. And then obviously clear coated it, put a dark dirt wash, and that really brought the detail up like shiny penny. I just wish I could get it into focus a little bit more, guys, but there you go. I did try out the decals supplied to me for all the epaulets, etc. Guys, don't even bother. They would not adhere. I tried every setting solution imaginable. In the end, I was just fighting a losing battle, so I had to basically hand paint all of those myself. Yes, it did make my eyes hurt, but by God, didn't I come out beautifully in the end. And same goes for getting into shot, the crewman as well, which you should see in a minute, and you can get a better detail of the exhaust shrouds there, as you can see with the rust effects. Yeah, very happy with the end result indeed, guys. And the base itself was from Fields of Glory, as I've explained. Beautiful detail on that. That really enhances the kit, and as you can see with the front crewman, come up very well as well. So very happy with this build indeed. So that one, I can safely say, is now complete and done. So let me just pan back. There we go. In terms of my other builds, I'll just take this off if I may. Sorry, just turn it off on the actual side here. I'll just pop it around there, which I will turn it off. Let me find the end here. That's it. So yeah, that's done. In terms of my other two builds that I'm doing at the moment, well, at the moment I'm mainly concentrating on Chancellor North Wales World 1 group build entry, which I've got here, as you can see, which is the base for the actual scene. It's supposed to be depicting a typical scene in the trenches during 1916, i.e. around about the time of the Battle of the Somme. What I used on this, actually if I pan in again, see there, just back a bit, centre that a bit, there we go, guys. Hopefully you can see that a bit better. Just get the camera to get steady. There we go, and get it a little bit more centered. There we are, guys. Basically that is plaster cast, as that is as it comes from Fields of Glory. I basically primed it with Steiner Res Black, which went down beautifully, and I heartily recommend you get hold of that. I Had it recommended by Gil Mondragon and Paul Bretland off ISM, and this is the stuff. I know that ISM actually do it themselves as well now with the UMP products under their license. Superb stuff. I personally did actually thin it down a little bit with some isopropyl, and that's my preferred method, because I don't want it clogging up my airbrush, because it does come very gloopy and thick. Some other modelers can do it, but I prefer not to. I prefer to just put a little bit of thinner in it. And then after that, I basically gave it a life colour dark earth on the top, which I felt was a little bit too light, and then obviously painted in the other details with Tamiya acrylics. And then after that, I basically used this to darken the earth down, as you can see here, with the duck boards in between and also on the wood, and obviously on the outskirts of the sandbags, just to give you that really dark muddy earth effect. And then after that, I basically put a UMP wash of mud, which is this one here. Put that in, so there you go, and that's the end result that you see there so far. I will be weathering it a bit more. I'm going to put in the rust effects on the grating here, the aluminium grating, and this side too, and some chipping, but I'll probably do that after I've clear coated it and put the dark dirt wash down on it, just to make the detail pop out a bit more. So that's where we are in terms of the base itself. The figures, I've just started putting on the base coats for those, as you can see here. Get that to come into focus. There we are. So that's how far we are at the moment. I've mostly used the master box set from the scene of the attack on the trench, and added a little extra figure from the Tamiya World War I infantry set, which you've got the officer here, so he'll be playing a part in the dio itself as well. But as I say, I've got to finish doing the base coats on those, and then probably what I'll do is just add a few highlights and dry brush them on their uniforms, and then clear coat them and add the dark dirt wash, which would make the detail pop up beautifully. And I might even actually add a little bit of chipping on some of the infantrymen's helmets as well. And then it's just a case of matte coating them and the base. I might put some clear in where the mud is, just to give it that muddy sort of effect. And then place the figures on, and then that should be it, job done. So the next video you will see of this particular project will more than likely be the final reveal. Okay guys, so that's as far as I've got on with that project. So Len, if you're watching, I hope you approve of how I'm doing this. I must admit, it's my first sort of attempt at a dio, or vignette as it were, so it's all good practice actually. Now in terms of the M group build, well, I've only just started on that with the Tamiya's M4A3 105mm howitzer Sherman, as you can see here. I've basically started on the upper hull, added the air filter on the back here, as you can see. So that's all going together nicely, and just the stand for the figure inside. So I'm going to be having a driver there, possibly the a loader as well. And I've also added the back plate along with the exhaust stubs, rear suspension, and also the tow handle. I've had a little bit of an accident with the tow handle. Unfortunately, it's slightly snapped off in the end, but I'm not going to worry about that, to be honest with you guys. Final drive is on at the front there, along with the frontal armour. Did have a bit of a job with this part, fitting in and lining up, but I got there in the end, so that's as far as I've got with that. I haven't actually made up the suspension units with the wheels. Now, the only thing I was going to ask was, would it be better to leave the wheels off until last and then add the suspension units on? because I think it's going to be easier for me to paint the wheels separately than it would be to add them onto the suspension unit straight away. So if you've got any theories of how to get around that, or whether I should just basically assemble the suspension with the wheels and then paint afterwards, let me know. Alright, because this is the first time I've actually done a Sherman, believe it or not. But I'm trying to think of the easiest method whereby you're going to get perfectly rounded wheels, as it were, when it comes to the painting. So if you could leave a comment and let me know, I'd be very, very grateful on that. So that's as far in terms of how far I've got with my build so far. But as I say, with the Tiger, I'm very happy how she came out, and that takes pride of place on the mantelpiece now alongside the Hurricane, which I did for the Battle of Britain 75th anniversary group build last year. So that's that really. Now in terms of acquisitions, I really have cut back quite a bit, to be honest with you guys. The only thing I mainly spent on was decals, these being this particular set, Peddinghouse decals, which I found on eBay, which are going to be for a future project, because they actually send you numbers which you can use on the side of tanks, as it were, because I was thinking of doing Whitman's 222 at some time in the future, as well as 205. Now 222 or 212, but more theoretically 222, was the tank that he used in the Battle of Villers-Bocage, which I know Mike Cohen has already built, and I will also be doing a series of Whitman Tigers and vehicles, how over a certain period, well, could be the next 2 or 3 or 4 or even 5 years, I don't know, it depends on the other various projects. But I got myself these spare decals. What they like to use, I don't know, because they are actually come all the way from Germany, which, as I say, I sourced on eBay, and I've even got a set of unit badges as well for your vehicles. So yeah, pretty good, all 1/35th, and that's Peddinghouse decals. I'll put the name up there, you can see. So source them on eBay. Okay, another set of decals I actually got, which I totally forgot about, because I've actually got Fairman Tiger in my stash, is this one, which is made by Echelon, because Academy's decals are very known to be an atrociously bed down, so I thought better of it and got myself some aftermarket ones. They also come in 1/48 as well, and 1/72. Look much better because the actual shape of them looks as though they've actually been painted as they would have been on the original vehicle, so they will come in extremely handy. And another set I got was these by Fingerprint Designs. Again, I've sourced these off of eBay, so these will all come in extremely handy for my future Tiger, well, Whitman vehicle builds, as it were. Another set I actually got, and this is going to be for a future project, which I'm hoping to get the kit of, but at the moment it's a bit pricey, and it's basically James Hunt's M23 McLaren. To me, I actually do one, but my god, the price on it is just ridiculous. So until such time as I can afford them, I actually also got the tobacco sponsors original decals from TBD 89 decals, and that's the actual tobacco sponsors, because apparently they've now been banned from being produced in kits, so this would make it look much more authentic, and you can get them for any of the Senna cars as well, or any other 120th Formula 1 cars. So look them up on eBay, guys. That's from TBD 89 decals. Okay, and that will come for a future McLaren M23 as and when I order it. Another one, the final one I've got, is basically this set, which is for my Academy Mirage 3, because again with Academy decals they're known for being atrocious, so I got myself some aftermarket from Hannon's, which is their extra decal range. Now it's a toss up between that scheme, this South African scheme, which was the last scheme that was worn by the aircraft, or indeed that one, which is quite colourful. I could do the overall silver scheme, but to be honest with you, it's a bit plain and boring, but I'd rather do a camoed version, to be honest with you. So as and when, I will be building that and using these decals for it. Okay. I've only actually got 3 kits this month in Losash. One which I sold recently, but I bought another one in, is that one. Yeah, hang on, let me get the camera straight. Pan back. There we go, that's more like it. Which is the weekend edition Fokker DR1 by Edouard. Now you can either do it in Richthofen's aircraft, which is the familiar Red Baron DR1, or you can do it in his brother's aircraft. I think it's his brother's aircraft. Let me have a look at the colour options on here, bear with me. And they should be here somewhere, which I think is, yeah, it was, oh no, it's Frederick Kempf. He was another well-known air ace, which I am really sorely tempted to do this one, actually, because it's much more interesting than the plain old red. So I might go for that option. And I do have a figure, so I could probably do a little vignette for that one at some time in the future. Maybe a couple of years from now as another entry into the World War I group build. So there you go. The other one I actually managed to get hold of, and I saw an offer from Timmy Ivett's Cheap Kits and Bits, and he would kindly put it by for me for a month, is this beauty, which is, hang on, let's pan up, Trumpeter's FJ4B Fury, which was the navalised version of the Sabre, and it's in a mixture of VA214, which was a Navy unit based on land, or you've got the added option of this one, which is far more colourful, which is the one I may well go for when I get around to building this. Looks a not bad kit actually, but I think it could possibly do with a bit of an upgrade in terms of detail. So I'll see if I can source some aftermarket for that one. And finally, I got this one an extremely good deal, is Trumpeter's Chally 2 Desertized version. That I've just had a quick look today because I've actually got this today, along with the DR1. Looks an awesome kit, to be honest with you. I am after the Chally 1 as well, so I'll probably get that one at a later stage. But as I say, it does look good. The only thing is it has got those awful rubber tracks, so I'm going to see if I can get some Frills or some other AFE club tracks for this bad boy, as it were. So that is basically all I've got for this month, guys, but rest assured I will be doing an inbox review on this particular kit. So I'll just bring the Tiger back into flow. As I say, I'm very happy with the result of this Tiger, which has given me sort of an impetus to do more Tigers, to be honest with you. And I've got 2 down, which I've built, the earlier one being the Cursed Tiger of the current tribute build last year, and then this bad boy, which I'm very pleased at how it came out at. I am trying to think that I might well do a DAC version possibly next year, depending on how any other projects go. So I might be looking into doing an initial DAC version. So I'm sorry if this month's update is a little bit shorter than usual, but that's basically all I've got to report for this month. But as I say, once I've got this World War I entry done, which is nearly sort of over halfway, as it were, the next video I will do is the final reveal of that one, and then I'm going to go on to the M group build, which I will be mainly focusing on. And then possibly, if I get time this year, I will go into the Bandai group build entry, which is going to be my ATST. So there you go. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. Again, if you like this video, rate it and subscribe. And as I say, keep out all those good builds going on out there. I'm watching everybody's vids. Superb work going on. And keep up the standards, guys. So until the next time, get kit crazy, happy modelling, and I'll speak to you soon.